You're listening to Dr. Erica Jones, MD. The universe needs conscious minds to observe it.
Let's address this term, happy holidays. Now, we all know that the holidays can be a time for joy, and we try to focus on that. But for a lot of people, the holiday season brings so many different challenges. And I specifically want to address some of the mental health challenges that we need to be aware of as we go from the fall to the holiday season. We're talking about people who have increased loneliness, people who have increased stress due to the time differences, seasonal depression, unhealthy substance use. All of these different things are issues that we need to talk about when it comes to the theme of happy holidays. So let's talk about what science tells us about these issues and how to manage them. I'm Dr. Erica R. Jones, MD. I'm a board certified family medicine physician. If you have not already, please help me continue to do what I do by subscribing, liking this video, and sharing it. I'm going to get right into it. So we're going to talk about why the holidays actually affect people's mental health. So we're going to talk about the combination of shorter daylight hours and disrupted routines. So people have more days off. A lot of times they're off of their routines due to different businesses being closed, some gyms closed. Then we're going to talk about the social expectations that create a whole nother gambit and mix of stressors. I don't know about you, but I know that fewer hours of sunlight in the winter, it can actually trigger or worsen seasonal affective disorder. Now, some people have seasonal affective disorder and other seasonal transitions, but one of the important things to note is that no matter when it happens, it is a form of depression that is linked directly to the change of the seasons. So we start off by defining seasonal affective disorder. You might hear people refer to it as something called like SAD. Some people may call it like seasonal depression. So seasonal affective disorder is the long word for SAD. Let's talk about what it looks like. Some symptoms include persistent, very low mood, irritability, so someone who's just always irritated, people with low energy. They might experience changes in their sleep or their appetite and even difficulty concentrating during these seasons. So if you know someone who has seasonal affective disorder, try to get outside with them, ask them, to go on walks, try to find nice hikes that you may be able to go on with them just to kind of, help them out a little bit. Bright light therapy or BLT is another thing. So daily exposure to a light box, which you can grab on Amazon, that mimics the natural sunlight, can actually help with SAD symptoms. Studies show that the light boxes can help with the symptoms. Now, some people say it helps them. Other people, they say it does absolutely nothing. If you have tried the light box and that didn't work, consider CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Now, when you go into therapy, you meet with your therapist. They can help you reframe the negative thoughts about the season and encourage you to start with some healthy behaviors. And if you do get a therapist and you start building a relationship as the seasons change, or whenever you start to build a relationship, just let them know that, hey, I get, more down and depressed during a certain season, whatever season that may be. And sometimes therapy works, but then sometimes you might need to move on to antidepressant medications. One of the things is just important to know that you have to start the conversations. And I'm not talking about just talking to your best friend about it. You need to talk to a professional. So if you know someone who is going through this, encourage them to talk to a professional. There's many different avenues out there. I like teletherapy personally, but there's many different ways that you can, manage your stress and manage the things that you have going on. If you look at the research, The research shows that about 38% of adults feel increased stress during the holiday times. And this is driven by time pressure, things that happen at the end of the year, finances, and then some people have strained family dynamics. And oftentimes during the holidays, people may not be spending as much time at work. So they might be spending, more time at home with their families. And the emphasis gets put on, these strained relationships more. So let's talk about some things that we can do to make sure that we try and keep our stress levels down. Woosah. So relaxation techniques, mindfulness, box breathing is one of my favorites, where you breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and then hold it for 4. Another grounding exercise is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just to kind of help you regulate stress in a particular moment where you don't really have time to leave or you can't leave. Another thing you could do is do not get outside of your routine. Protect your routine. Protect that routine. Yes, keep getting the sleep that you know you need. Keep getting the meals that you know you need. Make sure you continue to exercise for mood stabilization. And then you want to avoid excess sugar or alcohol. I know that the holidays is full of celebrations and all of these things, but you need to protect your health. The future is now. The things that we do now affect our future. Another thing you could do is to communicate your needs, plan ahead, and avoid overcommitting. So if you know that you don't want to partake in alcohol, let people know before you get to an event. The people that you're going to meet up with, make sure that you tell them before y'all get there. If you notice that you're withdrawn socially, if you know that you are thinking thoughts that aren't necessarily healthy, make sure you seek professional support early. The key to what I'm saying is understanding that the future is now. So the things that you do now, the conversations that you have now are going to build or break down your future. Now I want to address something that we all know happens during the holidays. We all got that one relative that every holiday, we just know they're going to show up intoxicated. Now, holiday binge drinking and substance misuse often spike during the holidays. It's often fueled by elevated stress, social gatherings where the things are just free flowing, and also loosened routines. So that's what I'm telling you. Protect your routines during the holidays, and you're going to protect your health. Now, data show significant increases in unhealthy alcohol use and higher risk of relapse during the holiday seasons. So keep this in mind. If you know you have a history of unhealthy relationship with substances, stay away from them. So let's look at some signs of stress or substance related concerns that we can look for in our loved ones. So number 1 is quick mood swings, drastic changes in like their sleeping or eating patterns. I already talked about social withdrawal, and then increased risky behavior. Like all of a sudden you just want to go off and take these grandiose risks. Those are things that we need to, watch out for. When we are coping with different things and coping with stress, that means we just need to stay mindful of what we're going through. Limit alcohol use, establish boundaries for parties ahead of time, like I said before. And then if you have the capacity, support the people who you know that might have a little bit of weakness, who might have a risk of relapse during the holidays. Now, as I bring this video to a close, I'm not trying to dampen your holidays at all. But what I'm trying to do is encourage you to stay mindful, for yourself and also for the people that you love. The holidays affect everyone differently, but with some science-backed strategies, then you can actually have realistic outcomes and try to stay out of trouble. Who wants to be in the emergency room in the hospital around the holidays when you know that there are things that you can do to help prevent it now. We have to safeguard our mental health. We have to safeguard our physical health and also reduce risky behaviors. We have to reduce all of the overeating. We have to reduce all of the overconsumption that happens during the holidays. I'm Dr. Erica R. Jones, MD. Make sure that you stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping more videos about staying healthy during the holidays, but it's something I really want to emphasize.